Ko te tangi ata pipi wharauroa, kui whiti ora. Whiti ki runga, whiti ki raro, whiti ki te whai au ki te ao marama ti hei Māori ora. Tēnā koutou katoa. I tēnei wā, ko te mea nui, ko te mea tika kia mihi atu ki o tātou tini aitua. Kia rātou katoa, ngā aitua i runga i tika Māui, te punga Māui, me ngā aitua, ngā mate katoa te Waipounamu, kia rātou. Ka huri ngā whakaroa mātanei kia rātou, ko wehe atu rā i tua te ārai. Aha ko wehe atu rā rātou, kai te kai te mautunu mātou ngā whakaroa aroha i roto i ngā ngākau mātou nei. Nō reira, haere, noho mai rā te rangi Māria, ka huri au ki te ao tangata. Koutou katoa, tēnā koutou, ngā manuhiri tuārangi, ngā kōtuku rerenga tahi, haere mai ki te Waipounamu, haere mai i rungi i te karanga ngā maunga e tuana ki uta, haere mai i rungi i te karanga akura tāwhiti, whataarama, maunga tere, haere mai ki enei wai, ki te karanga a ngā awa rakuhuri, rua tani whā, whakahume, me o tākaro. Haere mai. Haere mai hoki koutou ngā whānau i haere mai nei ki te tautoko ngā tauira kei raro. Nō reira, kainui tō koutou aroha ki rātou me ngā whakaro aroha mātou nei. Kia koutou katoa, ki ngā tauira, tēnā koutou katoa. It's a privilege from Ngai Tahu's end to participate with the University of Canterbury to welcome you, and I do so on behalf of our tribe and the people of the Banks Peninsula villages, Runanga, and the people of Tuahiwi. So from our end, it's always proper to acknowledge those who have passed away and the dead who have departed during the year. So all of those things that you bring with you, on behalf of our tribe, we pay acknowledgements to those. And then we turn to the students and to our overseas visitors who have come here. So for the international visitors today, on behalf of our tribe, welcome. Our mountains welcome you, and the rivers and the streams that we consider our ancestors. So from our ancestors and from our tribe, welcome, greetings. And again, to all the families who have come here, who have supported their students during the year and during their years at university, our acknowledgements to you all, and from everyone on the stage in Ngai Tahu, congratulations to the students. Nō reira, tēnā koutou katoa.
Manu tiria, manu tiria, manu werohia ki te poho te raka, katou re, katou mai te ruhi, e tau e koia, kota rarariki ki mai maui, e hara i te whitu, me te waru e tau e koia.
Greetings, tēnā koutou katoa.
I welcome you to the University of Canterbury and invite all present to stand, remove trenchers, and join in both the Maori and English versions of the first verse of the national anthem as in your program and as displayed on the screens behind me.
Oh
Please be seated. Ka tangi te titi, ka tangi te kaka, ka tangi hoki aho, ti hei moriora. Ro rangatirama, no mai, piki mai, haere mai ki te whare wānanga o Waitaha. No reira, tēnā koutou, ki ora tātou katoa. It's a pleasure for me to welcome you to this University of Canterbury graduation ceremony as I look ahead to serving another year as your Chancellor. I can report to you that the university is in great heart. After the worst that nature threw at us in 2010, 2011, for the second year running, the university has delivered a full year of teaching and research and is graduating our students in record numbers. Work on remediation of key buildings and further development projects is proceeding apace over the summer break. We are particularly pleased that a fortnight ago, after many months of intensive engagement and preparation of our business case UC Futures, the government announced its support for the University of Canterbury as a world-class university, and it announced its preparedness to invest in our strategic development plans. This is a time for celebration and congratulations to our graduands. It is a time to acknowledge their talents, their commitment to the goals they set themselves and the disciplines they imposed upon themselves, in many cases years ago. This is the time to celebrate not only their hard work, but also their resilience, because a university qualification does not come easy. This is an occasion our graduands will remember for the rest of their lives. I hope they will remind themselves from time to time, not just of today's triumphs, but also of the setbacks, disappointments, and doubts they had to overcome to be here, ready to graduate today. Our great admiration goes out to those graduands who found ways to manage the challenges of our everyday environment here in Canterbury, but also the competing demands of study, family life, and a working career. We especially acknowledge those for whom university once seemed a daunting prospect, something out of reach, because of a disability, because they had tried once and failed, because they had not studied for many years, because English was not their first language, or simply because they were the first in the generations of their family down all the centuries to have both the desire and the opportunity to go to university. I was one of those, and I know that many of you are too. It is a time as well to acknowledge and thank the two most important contributors to the success of our graduands: the university faculty, those lecturers, tutors and support staff who gave so freely of their knowledge and time, and those family members, whānau and friends who have supported those graduating today. They offered practical help and encouragement in times of stress and doubt. They became a critical part of your eventual success. Let us note as a nation and as a community how much we will benefit from the success of our graduands. They will contribute knowledge of the latest developments and research in their fields. They take with them the ability to think on a higher intellectual plane. And as they depart, they leave with us the electric charge of success, which is so critical to the reinvention and reinvigoration of the university. Many will become leaders in their professions. All will work in the service of humanity. Many will go beyond our shores. And I know that wherever they choose to work and settle, they will use their new skills to contribute to the making of a better world. Wherever they live and work, today's graduates will become University of Canterbury alumni. They will remain family and become part of a worldwide community of scholars well in excess of 100,000 strong and members of a global supportive network. We look forward to maintaining contact with them and welcoming them back home from wherever they are for the rest of their lives. It is time now for me to say the formal words that trigger under law the highlight of our celebration. I pronounced them at a private family ceremony for a sadly deceased graduate of ours last week, and I now pronounce them to you in open forum. And as each of our graduates comes forward, let us call to mind their work, their commitment, and the determination that has led to this, their special moment. I now convene a ceremony of the University of Canterbury for the conferment of degrees and the receipt of diplomas. In the name of the University of Canterbury, I, Lionel John Wood, Chancellor, now confer degrees in this university upon those who are about to be presented. I call upon the Vice-Chancellor, Dr. Rod Carr, to introduce those who will present the graduands.
I call upon the Dean of Postgraduate Research, Professor Lucy Johnson, to present the doctoral graduands.
Sir, I have the honour to present the following graduands for the conferment of degrees. Doctor of Philosophy in Cultural Studies and Master of Education with First Class Honours, Catherine Charlotte Yeoman. Doctors of Philosophy, Rosemary Ann Baird in History. Mohammed Razaul Bari in Electrical and Electronic Engineering. Charlotte Olivia Brown in Civil Engineering. Jason Easton Cambridge in Mechanical Engineering. Gregory Lloyd Cole in Civil Engineering. Carol Dorber in English. Deborah Rachel Gardner in Civil Engineering. Barbara Ann Christina Gary in Art History. Frances Helen Adam Houseman in Biochemistry. Wanting Jiao in Chemistry. Sarah May Cross in Zoology. Andrew Craig Lapthorne in Electrical and Electronic Engineering. Alan Ian Chun Lim in Management. King O in Mechanical Engineering. Santha Razmi Parthan in Civil Engineering. Mandeep Singh Sidhu in Mechanical Engineering. Rowan Peter William Sinton in Electrical and Electronic Engineering. Ahmed Zaki in Journalism.
I now call upon the Dean and the Faculties of Humanities and Social Science and Creative Arts to present the graduands in his faculty, Dr. Jonathan Lecoq.
Sir, I have the honour to present these graduands for the conferment of degrees and the receipt of diplomas and certificates. From the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, Masters of Arts with Distinction, Anna Maria Ruth Kovich. Gerard Stephen Morris. Alison Grace Stedman. Master of Arts with Merit, Nilusha Memon. Master of International Law and Politics with First Class Honours, Deborah Elaine Richards. Master of International Law and Politics with Second Class Honours Division 2, Surboy Imbawela. Bachelor of Arts with First Class Honours and Bachelor of Laws, James Alexander John Wigsell. Bachelors of Arts with First Class Honours, Simon John Todd, Senior Scholar. Amy Nicole Adams. Henry Archibald Bassani. Matthew Liam Cross. Emma Jane Patricia Deere. Emma Kate Debenham. Gina Dobson. Sharon Michelle Dunn. Jamie Celine Elder. Georgia Grace Harvey. Ivan Ivanovich Ignatov. Patricia Pratibha Kant. Hannah Rochelle McKay. Charlotte Ann McGimsey. Henrietta Susan McNeil. Hannah Mary Louise Retallick Brown. Yukio Sawada. Christine Mary Tate. Aidan Ilmari Wiltshire. Bachelors of Arts with Second Class Honours, Division 1. Nuridayana Binti Abd Halim. Jane Emily Austin. Sari Emma Louise Biddick. Summer Magdi Philip Ayad Gurgis. Alison Elise Grant. Siobhan Gillian Haid. Emma Tracy Hilston. Nurul Hidayah Binti Maud Kozni. Louis Francis O'Brien. Richard James Stephen. Nikki Jane Taylor. Bachelors of Arts with Second Class Honours, Division 2. Sarah Ann Chain. Siti Noor Fatima Binti Mat Jusop. Georgia Mary McNamara. Bachelors of Arts and Bachelor of Science. Jack Frederick Michael Cheney. Josephine Stephanie Vera Clark. Ellen Louise Helliwell. Bachelors of Arts and Bachelor of Commerce. Rebecca Lenore Hera Barlow. Liam Charles Dunn. Nikolai Getz. Bachelor of Arts and Certificate in Science, Lawrence Anthony Hill. Bachelors of Arts, Natalia Abreu Baird. Sarah Veronica Aomai Afeal Salodi. Lana Louise Aitchison. Natalie Claire Aitken. Linda Marie Amersfoort. Emily Rose Arps. Bernadine Makalita Alovamai. Lauren Francesca Bailey. Sarah Jane Baird. Amelia Olivia Rose Bannon. Samantha Joyce Baxter. Nicole Marie Bennett. Joanna Emily Bensaman. Jasmine Fox Brosnan Birmingham. Hayden James Binney. Claire Amy Blake. Catherine Elizabeth Bolton. Kerry Laura Bonner. Hayden Peter Bucock. Sanchia Nicola Braithwaite. Jonathan Bray. Jazz Linnell Burke. Joanna Susan Burley. Megan Ann Bushy. Caleb Timothy Butcher. Andrew Kieran Butterfield. Chanel Hazel Carney. Stephen Allen Chapman. Jessica Mary Alice Charles McCormick. Tanya Kirsten Chester. Waika Chow. Benjamin Neil Christensen. Alice Margaret Clark. Sherilyn Nicole Clark. Katrina Helen Clark. Alexander Thomas Clifford. Mitchell James Collingwood. Samantha Nicola Collins. Stephanie Victoria Collins. James Michael William Comery. Jane Ellen Grace Crawford. Maria Louise Cullen. Matthew David Daniel. Kate Ann Danner. Siska Den Haring. Hannah Ellen Doak. Callum Robert Dodd. Matthew Thomas James Doody. Laura Elizabeth Dowie. Chanel Ebony Dyer. Claire Louise Eder. Beth Elias. Vidusha Indraratna Eratna Patharanehalaga. Kirsten Elizabeth Erickson. Liana Mary Foster. Sarah Liana Fraser. Nanita Maragay Furagay Burke. Sarah Elizabeth Gingrich. Fiona Eileen Margaret Glasgow. Rebecca Ann Godfrey. Judith Barbara Wotton Griffiths. Miran Sahai Habte. Emily May Hannam. Braden Graham Harbrow. Jessica Jill Hardley. Amber Jane Hay. Kimberly Louise Hayes. Emily Ann Charlotte Heap. Rebecca Leah Helm. Marianne Elizabeth Henderson. Sean Michael Hickland. Lok Yi Kwei Ho. Morgan Dean Hopcroft. Amy Karen Horn. Chun Chuan Huang. Erum Jawed. Marion Alice Jennings. Sung Yung Ji. Abigail Rosemarie Johnson. Hannah Grace Afina Johnson. Jessica Mackenzie Johnson. Holly Irene Johnston. Christopher Thomas Johnston. Fraser Joseph Kennedy. Sophie Jocelyn Mary Kerr. Melissa Rachel Kizanowski. Genevieve Christina King. Charlotte Emma Nella. Susie Hyun Ji Koo. Jared Jeffrey Lamberton. Jasmine Christina Lancaster. Jessica Eve Langbridge. Christy Lynn Lawler. Jake William Leckie. Grace Elizabeth Lee. Catherine Emily Lefebvre. Anais Magali Lerosier Huck. Valentine Tuzi Fiona Levy Levy. Emma Rose Lovejoy. Jessica Ann Lucas. Grace Marguerite Cleary Linksey. Amanda Jane Macaulay. Rebecca Grace McGeorge. Laura Jane McPhee. Timothy Joseph Malone. Glenn Andrew Martin. Janelle Amy Ruth Mays. Hamish Peter McBride. Keely Ann McBride. Sarah Amy McClelland. Sarah Elise McCook-Weir. Tynam Alexander Kennedy McCulloch. Chase John McDonald. Indiana Scarlett McEwen. Nikki Maria McFadgen. Thomas Gabriel McGloin. Lewis Jordan McClellan. Rebecca Jill McMillan. McDonald Alistair McMurdo. Samantha Lee Miller. Cassandra Ann Millwood. Hayley Ann Milne. Rachel Kate Milne. Elizabeth Emily Minish. Anna Elizabeth Morgan. Scott Ashley Morton. Jessica Jenkins Murphy.
Well, it's my pleasure to introduce the musical performance this morning, which will be from the Erskine Singers. They were formed in 2008, originally as a staff singing group based in the Maths and Computer Science building, the Erskine building. They've grown in size over the last couple of years and now include staff and students from all over campus. There's no requirement for specific experience, and their director, Professor Jan Evans-Freeman, is the Pro-Vice Chancellor of Engineering at the university. And her experience in this area was built up during her time as Director of the University Choir in Manchester. This morning the choir will be singing a mixture of well-known songs as they do at other performances, and the only criterion is that all songs chosen are in at least 4-part harmony. They'll be accompanied today by George Buchanan, who's a UC undergraduate studying towards a Bachelor of Music and a Bachelor of Engineering in Mechatronics, and a BSc in Astrophysics. There'll be two items this morning. The choir will first sing Rule the World, which was written by the English band Take That, led by songwriter Gary Barlow, OBE. The song was an instant hit and has subsequently been performed by the band at many major charity events, most recently during the closing ceremony of the Olympic Games in London. It is also fast becoming a favourite in various arrangements in choir competitions around the world. The second item will be You'll Never Walk Alone from the 1945 Rodgers and Hammerstein hit musical Carousel. The song is in fact performed twice during that musical, the second time as an inspirational song at the graduation ceremony at the end of the show. The song has since been recorded by singers and groups as diverse as Judy Garland, opera star Renee Fleming, and Pink Floyd. The four-part version being sung today was arranged by Johnny Mann. Would you please welcome the Erskine Singers?
Bachelors of Arts, Lucille Elizabeth Ness. Tony Tan Na Nguyen. Sheridan Kate Nielsen. George Jameson Michael Norris. Adelaide Ann Oakley. Emma Caroline Lee Oakley. Alyssa Marie O'Connor. Gillian Faye Oliver. Emily Sue O'Neill. Yen Ni Denise Ong. Charlotte Rose O'Rourke. Christopher Kevin Packwood. Louise Erica Claire Painter. David Nelson Parfit. Caitlin Philippa Parker. Linda Ann Patterson. Timothy David Pennington. Albert Nino Fa'au Peseta. Louise Elizabeth Piper. Rebecca Pools. Ing Yu Po. Tiffany Rose Ponaya. Annalise Postuma. Sarah Julia Price. Lisa Ann Prince. Jessica Eve Print. Kirsten Elizabeth Quick. Jordan Rackley Gale. Anna Margaret Rasmussen. Geraldine Jody Marco Richardson. Jessica Faye Roberts. Nathan Ezra Roberts. Claire Louise Robertson. Jason Robinson. Kimberly Jane Robson. Nicola Francis Roundhill. Rebecca Elizabeth Scaife. Beverly Rose Scott. Peter Damien Seddon. Stella Cara Saib. Fatima Shihana Shahabdin. Amy Jane Shaw. Jessica Jean Shaw. Rebecca Hannah Scher. Aleftina Shevelava. Petra Sims. Maria Bernadette Sieper. Abby Ray Smith. Kate Laura Stedman. Timothy John Stevens. Laura Ellen Stills. Victoria Jean Sterling. Jessica Maureen Stone. Emily Stott. James Paul Desmond Sullivan. Gregory Harold Summerfield. Amanda Kathleen Elizabeth Tate. Andrew Charles Tappenden. Christine Elizabeth Torr. Mita Joseph Tehai. Anna Maria Pamela Tom. Yolande May Tom. Julie Isabella Thomas. Lien Yong Ting. Albert Tain Titheridge. Cassandra May Troman. Natalia Tropotova. Lucy Virginia Van Arendonk. Julian Dean Vesti. Emma Haley Walker. Stephanie Allison Warren. Sarah Elise Watson. Nina Catherine Hannah Watts. Charlene Marie Watts. Maria Catherine Vissers-Webb. Nadine Francis Venenka. Lucy Kate Rendell White. Kate Elizabeth Williams. Hannah Lauren Wilson. Catherine Rebecca Wilson. Bradley James Wright. Siu Hung Yu. Graduate Diploma in Arts with Distinction, Heather Laura Dickey. Graduate Diplomas in Arts, Robert Alwyn Davies. Sheesby Hewitt Surawaka. Su Min Shin. Diploma in Spanish Language, Gadit Loida Santos Garrido de Summerfield. Bachelors of Social Work with First Class Honours, Emma Nicole Barnes. Charlene Janey Lee. Hannah Joy Turrell. Bachelors of Social Work with Second Class Honours Division 1, Matthew David Gale. Margaret Louise Gilson and Shaw. Catherine Ann Hay. Christy Jo McGregor. Ashley Moira McKenna. Talisa Uinise Lolohea Moale. Bachelors of Social Work with Second Class Honours Division 2, Lauren Claire Mays. Jennifer Ann Mullen. Christian Bimbola Ogba. Asha Benmati Prasad. From the Faculty of Creative Arts, Master of Fine Arts with distinction, Philip Allen Aitken. Bachelors of Fine Arts, Emma Jean Bathgate. Kimberly Jade Kane. Harriet Claire Lavac. Abby Harrington Napton. Madeleine Georgia Constance Longley Pipe. Ashley Rhea Mackenzie. Jane Ashley Maloney. Margarita Olhofsky. Postgraduate Diploma in Art Curatorship, Caleb James Gordon. Bachelors of Music with First Class Honours, Paul William Grant. Jodie Farl. Bachelors of Music, Sean Albert Gately. Paul Andrew Gregory. Bethan Keris Philp. Robert Val Tate.
I now call upon the Dean of the Faculty of Engineering and Forestry, Dr. Wayne Gooch, to present the graduands in his faculty.
Sir, I have the honour to present these graduands for the conferment of degrees. Master of Forestry Science, Alexander Douglas Henshaw. Masters of Engineering, James David Collette. Michael Lung. Trimin Piham. Marinus Johannes Wilhelmus Maria Ryan van Herel. Master of Engineering and Fire Engineering, Bruce Arnold McClelland. Master of Engineering Studies, Daniel Joseph McNally. Bachelors of Engineering with First Class Honours, Nathaniel James Claridge. Kate Helen Dawkins. Anna Victoria Fields. Laura Jane King. Maxim Damien Luke Millen. Adam Christopher Pendleton. Blair Courtney Ramsey. Eugene Keno Robson. Shane Ross Vanell. Jonathan Glenn Willis. Eric Yong Jun Yong. Bachelors of Engineering with Second Class Honours, Division 1, Elise Natasha Bedford. Paul Henry Bowler. Ryan Murray Burt. Chun Chitao. Chun Yi-Xue. Croydon Stephen Dennis. Alicia May Fleck. Richard Peter Floyd. Zacharias Johannes Frank. Michael James Gordon Glassford. Benjamin Hugh Grapes. Anna Mary Johns. Ethan James William Johnson. Trent Richard Lockheed. Samuel Lopert. Lu Naichao. Rachel Louise McAdam. Nicholas Aaron Takemuki McLean. James Anthony Moore. Cameron Dion Moratti. Ricky Zane Shearer. James William Farrell Sheet. Craig Richard Spencer. Leza Suma. Chloe Susan Sutherland. Tan Shuza. Tong Yiming. Damien Innes Taylor. Emma Carmel Turner. Marcel Christian Van Mellarts. Lee Williams. Bachelors of Engineering with Second Class Honours Division 2, Lauren Charles Burnett. Chai Ming Jian. James Alexander Hazeldine. Kate Dillon Hunter. Bernard Maximilian Kloss. Thomas William Knight. Andrew Carl Mills. Callum Pithy. Ditdana Ponchoi Suksuri. Andrea Lovely T.R. Luli. Guy William Waters. Bachelors of Engineering with Third Class Honours, Hugh William Ferguson Adden. Mustafa Sadiq Ali Al-Haidar. Wingnam Shaila Siravellan Chong. Benjamin John K. Abraham. Sean Eric Crodolfa. Forrest Rory Peter McKercher. Anis Nabia Binti Razak. Danira Veronica Westerland. Bachelors of Engineering, Jonathan David Bruce. Matthew Leonard Carragher. Uriah Luke McCall. Muk Chun Kiat. Wayne Yisang Tisang T.
Some years ago, when one of our distinguished graduation speakers was indisposed at the last minute, we seized on the idea of asking the student president to give a graduation address. And that tradition will continue, I suspect, for some time, given the quality of previous presidential addresses. Erin Jackson has served this year as president of the Canterbury University Students' Association and was recently re-elected to this role for next year. She commenced her studies at the university in 2007, getting involved in a range of student clubs and societies before coming more actively involved with the UCSA. Erin graduated herself in April this year with a Bachelor of Laws and a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and European Studies. As well as her role within the UCSA, Erin is a trustee of the Volunteer Army Foundation, deputy chair of Student Job Search, and a member of the university's council, where she contributes actively and thoughtfully. It's my pleasure now to ask you to welcome Erin Jackson to give the graduation address.
Good morning, Chancellor, Vice-Chancellor, members of University Council. Good morning to faculty staff who are here supporting their previous students, and welcome to all of the families who have come out to support their graduates today and who have been a constant source of support. But most of all, good morning, welcome, and congratulations to our graduates of today. It is an incredible honour to be asked to give this morning's address, and I might note one that comes with a fair amount of pressure as well. As I'm not an honorary doctorate and having only been a UC graduate since the 27th of April this year, it's not exactly in my repertoire to impart years of wisdom about life beyond the university walls, as is traditional in this address. So I turned to a great moral philosopher looking for some inspiration. I turned to Dr. Seuss. He said, "Congratulations, today is your day. You're off to great places, you're off and away." And I thought that was fairly apt for this morning. But my question then was posed as, what are you leaving with? And what do you take away from here this morning? It has been suggested that it is difficult at times to quantify exactly what it means to be a graduate of the University of Canterbury. What differentiates wearing regalia from this university as compared to another establishment? How is your experience likened to that of your cohorts who chose to go elsewhere for their studies, or maybe how your lecturers equated? The interesting thing is that I believe that this may have been the case in the past. I can understand that in a small country with a strong competing tertiary sector and nationwide and international opportunities, it may not have been as vital as where you went to university. However, I believe that the playing field has now shifted, and apologies for the mildly intentional double entendre. Never before, to the same degree, has our university had to recoup, assess, and regroup to the way that it has done in the past couple of years whilst in crisis mode. Now, you are not the cohort that needs to have it explained about what it was like to complete your penultimate year of study whilst intense. You don't need me to remind you about how blistering cold or boiling hot they were at times, or how noisy it was when someone arrived late to a lecture. And you don't need me to talk about, what that meant for students who are trying to complete their studies and what has been the most disruptive time possible for students. You have remained committed to your studies and to your life as a student across two of the most uncertain years that this university has ever seen. How did that happen? I would venture a suggestion that the fundamental driving element to your success today, across the board, was creativity. At the moment, I feel like we spend an extraordinary amount of time using words such as resilient, committed, dedicated in our new post-quake environment. And they're good words. All of you to be graduating with a degree here today, and to have done so in the times that you have, you are resilient, you are dedicated, and you are committed. But it goes further than that, I believe. Because many people are resilient, committed, and dedicated. It doesn't take a natural disaster to foster that, and it doesn't take a natural disaster to demonstrate that. The people to thrive in a post-quake environment requires something else. It requires tenacity, it requires flexibility, and it requires imagination in order to prosper. A degree is not something that is conferred to someone who merely turns up when required. Regardless of your own technique of study, and I'm allowed to make this observation because I was a serial last-minute, all-nighter kind of student, you've had to engage, create, complete and pursue set tasks over a number of years. You've been challenged, questioned and demonstrated motivation and initiative. And most of all, you've done so at an extraordinary time. And it's important for us to be honest about this. 2011 was a time of crisis. 2012 has seen the steps to recovery begin. But both of these years present very different challenges. To achieve and to prosper in such an atmosphere, you need to be creative. And achieve and prosper you all have. Those quite nice pieces of paper that you've all taken away today are testament and proof of that. Creativity is present among us, and vitally so. Creativity, when we talk about it, is defined as the tendency to generate or recognise ideas, alternatives or possibilities that may be useful in solving problems. In order to be creative, you need to be able to view things in new ways or from a different perspective. And I think that's been well demonstrated and tested living in Canterbury. Tests of creativity measure not only the number of alternatives generated, but the uniqueness of those alternatives. All of those who study creativity agree that for something to be creative, it's not enough for it to be novel. It must have a value that is appropriate to the cognitive demands of the situation, and that is demonstrated here today. While I have no doubt that many of you have faced your own personal challenges, and challenges being somewhat of a euphemism at the moment, being here today is an incredible mark of success. Some of you, as the Chancellor mentioned, will be the first in your family to graduate. Some of you will have overcome seemingly insurmountable hurdles to be here, and some of you will have just had moments where you wondered whether it was really worth to stick at it. But no matter your own personal circumstances, congratulations on being here today. Many people have made profoundly moving cases for creating education systems that foster and nurture this creativity. This is based universally on our inability to predict what's coming next. And we might not know exactly what skills we need, but we do know that we need graduates that can rise to any occasion. We know that we have students that graduate now will have more career changes before they're 40 than any other generation that has previously graduated. We know that as a society it's more important than ever for our graduates to challenge the system, to think differently, and most of all to bring a spark to anything that they choose to do. So regardless of whether you have crossed the floor this morning in the Faculty of Humanities and Social Sciences, Creative Arts or Engineering, to me, I believe that you exemplify this trait. More than ever, we need graduates who have the ability to be inspired, to be tenacious, to have flair, and to present and critique alternate solutions. Ladies and gentlemen, the graduates that sit here before you today exemplify those talents. To be resilient and committed gets you so far, but to succeed to the level that these graduates have is something else. So, in a country where previously some may not have thought it mattered a whole lot what university you went to, you as UC graduates now hold an advantage. You're a graduate of a university that has displayed some of the same traits as you in order to be here today. It's not been an easy path for anyone. Nevertheless, it's more important now than ever for creativity to be fostered and to grow. Best of luck moving forward to the other side of your studies. Take what you've learned, both in the classroom and not in the classroom, and apply it in whatever way that takes your fancy. Because you take with you from here today a piece of paper that testifies to your success and an extra unquantifiable advantage. An advantage that we can describe in the word creativity, but embodies so much. And so to return to the words of someone whose imagination and creativity knows really no bounds, and will you succeed? Yes, you will, indeed. 98.75% guaranteed.
On behalf of us all, thank you very much, Erin, for your thoughtful address, but also as one recently graduated, you have a unique perspective on what it has been like to have been a student at the University of Canterbury in recent years. Many of you began your studies where disruption was not in the plan. I congratulate you on your persistence. I would also like to publicly acknowledge the extraordinary efforts of the staff of the university through the last 2 years to continue their work at the university, in their teaching and their research, where there have been uncertainties both in their professional and family and home situations. That their dedication is extraordinary. The university will this year award certificates, degrees and diplomas numbering over 4,400, on a par with the number of awards we issued in 2009. An extraordinary achievement. As we bring the formal part of the ceremony to a close, we shall stand shortly and sing Gaudeamus, the words of which will be on the screen behind me. I would ask you to remain standing as the stage party and graduates leave the hall in recognition of what today marks the completion for many of a long period of study, and for some, the beginning of more study, new careers, or indeed a new life. Congratulations on becoming graduates of the University of Canterbury. If you'd stand.